There was a bit of an international incident yesterday. So an American Reaper right here was flying over the Black Sea. Then a Russian Su-27 slammed into it, forcing the Reaper to crash into the Black Sea, just like I showed there. Now, I haven't seen the exact location released yet, but the U.S. said the drone was in international airspace, while Russia says that it was near the Russian border in an area declared off limits by Russia. So to help explain the boundaries of international airspace, I was up all night creating a graphic that I'll show here in a second. Now, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, which also affects airspace, lays out that international airspace starts 12 nautical miles from the coastline. So if we look at the Black Sea, the majority of that area is international airspace where U.S. and Russian aircraft are both free to operate. I'm sure there's all sorts of details and exceptions here, and I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on international law and law of the sea or airspace. So those of you who are, just let me know in the comments. All right, so on to what happened. The U.S. says that 2 Russian Su-27 fighters first dumped fuel onto the Reaper. Yeah. Then after that, didn't appear to do much. They ran into it, striking the propeller and causing the Reaper drone to crash. Now, technically, I have not gone to flight school, but I do read a lot of Twitter comments, and I don't think that ramming your aircraft into anything is generally the preferred method of aerial denial. This war has really reinforced to me that the United States and Russia have very different ways of doing things, and sometimes it makes it hard to understand what we're seeing on the battlefield. But why couldn't Russia be just a little bit more like us here? I mean, didn't we show how this is done just a couple weeks ago? Everybody knows that you sling a couple Sidewinder missiles, maybe one misses, it happens, and then you don't have pictures of whatever it is you shot down or any chance to ever recover that wreckage. Ever. What's going on with all that? To be fair, I need to bring up the Russian explanation here as well. And according to the Russian Ministry of Defense, they scrambled jets as the U.S. drone approached an area they considered off limits and got there just in time to see the Reaper veer off in an uncontrollable manner, lose control, and crash into the sea. My money is on no, but maybe we'll get the video footage at some point and we can actually see what happened here. This sort of provocative action isn't really anything unique. It happens enough for RAND to have put together a long paper on the how and why of this type of Russian behavior. And I mean, in 2019, a Russian destroyer came within 50 feet of the USS Chancellorsville in the Philippine Sea. And then in 2022, a pair of Russian Su-27s crossed within 100 feet of the nose of a B-52 bomber, also operating in international airspace over the Black Sea. So big picture, this Russian strategy isn't new, but the actual downing of an American aircraft is. Now, on the bright side, I didn't see a frenzy of people calling for Article 5 to be invoked, which is, the part of NATO that says an attack against one is an attack against all. I mean, I have this constant fear of not living up to my parents' expectations, and also that we could react our way into some sort of global war. Essentially the idea that before all the facts are known, a retaliatory strike is released, and then the momentum of escalation takes hold, and nobody can stop it. But hopefully the footage gets released soon, because I saw one comment saying that the Russian pilot was barreling out of control and tried to pull away before slamming into the drone, adding, quote, "not something you'd see a professional pilot do," which should make for a fun watch. But that's it. That's all I got for now. Till next time.